Enterprise Edina is brought to you by the Edina Chamber of Commerce.
Hello, welcome to Enterprise Edina, a program where we connect you to businesses in our community. I'm your host, Lori Severson, and today we're back on 50th in France at Cooks of Crocus Hill. Whether you're a novice in the kitchen or an expert, this is such a fun place. Why don't you follow me and let's take a look. Joining us today is Carl Benson, co-owner of Cooks of Crocus Hill. Carl, thank you so much for joining us today and helping us prepare for the holidays.
Thanks for stopping by.
Before we get started, could you give us a little bit of an idea of what you offer here at Cooks?
Just a whole diversity of things. We have product that we sell, baking product, pots and pans, knives, etc. We do just a whole slew of classes across all three schools. We do team building events, we do bachelorette parties, we sell a product that we call crop share, which are large quantities of really cool items like turkeys or cranberries or pears.
Well, you know, one of my favorite things about this place is you can be a novice in the kitchen, you can be an expert, and you have something for everyone. And the novice should not be intimidated by walking into the store.
Not at all. Everybody starts as a novice. There's nobody who begins a cooking experience without starting at ground zero at the very beginning. So we do really work hard to offer classes, particularly, that go from novice all the way up through folks who have been cooking for their whole life.
The classes are a great feature. You had mentioned something for everyone. You can come alone if you don't have a friend to bring.
Absolutely.
Space.
We have classes that are single subject that if I'm really curious about pasta, that then we'll have a pasta class. But we also have classes for couples, and we have classes for ladies' night out. So we try to be as diverse as we possibly can.
And you're co-owner with your wife, Marie.
Yep.
But Cooks has been around for what, more than 30
41
years?
41 years. Yep. Martha Kemmer started it in St. Paul. We moved a few times around in St. Paul. Marie and I have been working here for about 16 years. And then we took over the business in 2008.
Well, that's great. So we're here today to get some ideas for holiday entertaining.
Right.
We want something fast, something easy, because as the host or hostess, you want to be able to enjoy the time.
Totally. And this dish is, it's a Spanish shrimp dish. So the getting this set up takes about 10 minutes, and getting it cooked takes probably about 10 minutes as well.
Perfect.
So it's shrimp in olive oil and garlic. So now here, when you look at the shrimp, it's kind of flat. So what's an interesting technique is to cut right down the back of the shrimp and butterfly it. It doesn't mean so much now when the shrimp is raw and sitting in the pile, but when you cook it, it will butterfly up super nice. And here we have some garlic, and the garlic, you know, everyone wants a recipe to be very specific, but I think the beauty of this recipe is it's more like to your taste. So,
and garlic is one of those ingredients where a lot of it is
totally.
To the individual's
You either
taste.
like it or you don't. So we're going to take a skillet, a saute pan, and we're going to heat olive oil. We're not going to get it super smoky, because the first thing we're going to add to it is we're going to add the garlic. And we want the garlic to cook, but we don't want it to burn. And we're just going to let it simmer for a few minutes. You can see that the garlic is starting to bubble. So we just want to let it bubble and let it cook, because otherwise it'll taste kind of raw when we're done. We'll add a little bit of chili flakes, just for a little zip. Even though Spanish cuisine isn't notoriously spicy, this is probably more of a Carl Benson likes things that are notoriously spicy. So the garlic is sauteing here. We're going to take the shrimp and we're going to add it to the pan very carefully. If there's moisture in the shrimp, it will splatter the oil. And it's cooking up nicely. It starts to turn color. The motivation for leaving the tail on is twofold. One is that the tails actually have a lot of flavor. The shell in seafood has a lot of flavor, which helps to infuse the oil. And the oil here is more than just a cooking vehicle. We're actually going to eat it when we're done. So having that extra shrimp taste in the oil makes the whole eating experience that much better. And the tail provides a grip.
And presentation.
Presentation, totally. So I'm just stirring it around because we want to cook the shrimp until it turns that telltale pinkish salmon flamingo color, if you will. And we want to cook it till it's opaque. We're going to add a little bit of pimenton, which is a Spanish spicy and smoky paprika. We added about a teaspoon to the oil. You can see it turns the oil a nice kind of brown, rosy color. And that fast it's done.
What? That was like 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Now we are going to put some lemon zest in here. So this is probably a tablespoon or so. And a whole bunch of scallions.
And again, not only for the flavor, but for the color and the presentation.
Yep. And it looks beautiful, but it also tastes good. And then we're just going to add a little zip of squeezed lemon.
And Carl, while we're waiting for this, if our viewers are interested in more information on appetizers, or if they want to make the mistakes here in the cook's kitchen
Yes.
before they actually make
Before they
mistakes
try it
at
at home.
and the guests are there, you do have classes, and they can go onto the website.
They can.
To get a better idea of the classes.
cooksofcrocushill.com. And then the classes run the full gamut. Particularly during the holiday season, we have appetizer classes and baking classes and entertaining classes. So now's a great time.
That looks absolutely beautiful.
And what we did earlier was we grilled some bread. Now, the grilled bread isn't mandatory to the experience. It just adds another component to the taste.
And really impress the family
Totally.
and friends.
Yes.
I mean, rather than just a slice of bread, you've got
I told the-
nicely toasted.
I told the kids yesterday this is what I was making this morning, and they were irritated that we didn't have it for dinner last night. So then to serve it at home, everyone dips in right into the bowl. But if you have company coming over, then you can just dip it right off the plate.
That is
Rip
absolutely
the bread with your hands.
I was just going to say maybe dip it
the
in
bread
the oil.
in the oil, super good. I, of course, need more salt and more spice, but
And I'm a shrimp lover. Oh my gosh. This is amazing, and it's easy enough even I can do this.
totally easy.
Take one more bite.
You can have company call at 4 o'clock on a Saturday and say we're going to be there at 5, and you can be ready.
Very easy, very easy. Carl, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for stopping by.
And thank you for joining us on Enterprise Edina. Come back next year when we have so many other fun things planned for you. Until then, enjoy Edina.
Enterprise Edina is brought to you by the Edina Chamber of Commerce.